Welcome. So happy to be here to be talking about out-of-network billing and talking about the things that we can do to make things easier on ourselves. Lots to go over today, so let's jump in and get started. Some things we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the importance of verifying benefits, especially with out-of-network patients. Talk about financial agreements and our office policies. We're going to talk about our claim creation and submissions, our patient cost sharing and what that means, the new No Surprises Act of 2022, how payers are handling out-of-network claims with the No Surprises Act of 2022, how patient involvement and communication can be helpful and important, and then we absolutely will leave some time for questions at the end. So if you've got questions that come about during the webinar, make sure you write them down. Also, if you could please be specific, if you've got a claim question, make sure you give me their CPT codes, payer specifics, whatever you can give me so that I can make sure I answer your questions as accurately as I can. So with your practice, it is a good idea to find out how much of your business is out of network. It's important to know how much of your patient base is in fact out of network, and what your success rate is and your reimbursement has been for those out of network patients. You have to make sure that it's working for your practice, and if it's not, then you need to figure out why. Obviously, we're going to go through the tricks and tips of all of the things that you can do, but there is obviously something you can do to be proactive rather than reactive, and that is running reports and making sure that you're not killing yourself by seeing patients that don't have any out-of-network benefits, and that would be things like Medicaid, and there's several Medicaid plans that fall under commercial insurances. And so those can sometimes sneak in the door. Perhaps there's a Cigna plan that has a Medicaid subsidiary in your state. And so you're seeing these Cigna patients thinking that they're just out of network and that you're going to get paid an out-of-network rate. But in reality, it's a Medicaid plan and there's no out-of-network benefits. So you definitely need to keep an eye on your out-of-network patients and make sure that there's not a big payer base that isn't paying you anything. And it should be pretty apparent when you're running your accounts receivable reports or your payer reports according to your percentage of pay that you're getting from them based on your billing amounts. So you should, obviously your fee schedules will be what they are, and so you need to make sure that you're getting paid your percentage of your fee schedule that you're expecting. So as an example, if your fee schedule is set 2 times of Medicare, you should definitely be seeing at least 50% of your fees being paid by your insurances. If you're not, then you're in big trouble because Medicare is one of the lower end fee schedules. And if you're seeing out of network, you shouldn't be seeing anything lower than Medicare's fee schedule. So that's just a very simple example. But obviously, if you're seeing a larger base of out of network, you would expect to see that more in the 70 or 80% range. Hopefully, if you've got your team working the way that they should. So let's go ahead and just kind of run through these different steps and different things we're going to talk about in detail. Talking about negotiating. So negotiating used to be, when we were out of network, that we could negotiate rates with these payers because we didn't have a contract with them, right? Well, now it's a little different because of our new law that has come into effect. So these rates based upon the usual, reasonable, and customary, but we can do things if we feel like we were paid a lower rate than what we expected. There are rights that you have with that. So I encourage all of you on this call to go out and research the process of that and what you can do to negotiate a higher rate based upon the claims processing, because there definitely is things you can do and have it reviewed by a third party for a higher reimbursement rate.